Hey YouTube, it's Amanda again. I'm going to talk to you about the day of my surgery and the first week of my surgery, or after my surgery. So the 24th rolled around of August. I had this special cleaner that I had to take a shower the night before and the morning of, and wash my stomach with it, so got ready. I had to be at the hospital at 8:10. My surgery wasn't until 10:10, but they had to do blood work and get an IV going. So they did that, no problem. 10:30 rolls around and they bring me back to the OR. And then they went over, talked about what my name was, my birth date, what I was having done. What I was having done was a gastric bypass. They also had to take down my laparoscopic fundus, and they had to fix a hiatal hernia. I found out that they did the Nissen first, and then they took care of the golf ball size hernia. And then they were able to do the bypass. So it should have taken about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. It ended up taking 3 hours. So got all done, got brought back to the recovery room. I don't do very good waking up. I'm a kind of a person that I don't like getting help going to the bathroom, getting up. I like doing my own stuff. So the nurses and my husband had to remind me, hey, you can't just get up and do what you want. You're still really sedated. So I was considered a fall risk for a little while until the sedation wore off. Slept quite a bit. I probably slept off and on until like 7 o'clock when my mother-in-law brought my 2 boys up. So I got to see them for a little bit, and then after my husband and my boys left, my son left because we were only allowed 2 visitors at a time. So my mother-in-law took my youngest with her, and my husband took my oldest, or our oldest. So slept until about 3:30 in the morning, and then 3:30 in the morning, I was wide awake. So, right after surgery and after I was relatively not sedated, I was told I had to get up and walk. So I walked from my room to one of the poles, and it was probably about 20, maybe 30 steps, and then I went back. And I was pretty tired and sore. So 3:30 on Wednesday morning rolls around, and I'm wide awake. And so I just start pacing the halls. I'd go back after I make a loop, and I'd go have some ice chips, or some chicken broth. And then I did that until about 10:30, and then I fell asleep. And then at this point, now mind you, I'm tolerating my waters, my broth, ice chips. I actually was able to have protein jello for the first time, that they have, and it was actually really good. I really liked it. So the PA comes in and she looks at everything and she goes, well, because of all the extra stuff they had to do, they were anticipating me staying until Thursday or Friday. So she comes in about noon, and she said, with how wonderful you're doing, you could go home today if you wanted. And my doctor had come in that morning and said the same thing. So I'm like, okay, sure, not a problem, I'll go home. Well, prior to that, the morning on Wednesday, I had found out that our air conditioning had broke. The people that were pouring our basement walls were repairing it, ended up breaking our air conditioning unit. So, and if you live in Michigan, the week of the 24th of August was really, really, really hot. So, and we only had one window unit, and that was upstairs in our upstairs bedroom, and I was down on the main level. And that first week, pretty much, well, until about Friday, it was about 85 degrees in my house. It was pretty miserable, I'm not gonna lie. Having had surgery, can't really do a ton, not feeling the greatest. No air conditioning. I was getting very dehydrated, just because of no air conditioning, and still working on getting my fluids. I went on Friday that week, and got in an infusion. But because I was so dehydrated, they actually had to poke me 4 times. 3 of the times they were not able to get any flashback from the blood draw, or from the poke, because I was so dehydrated. So they ended up using a ultrasound machine to find a good vein, and the manager, the high-end phlebotomist, actually ended up doing the poke, and then we got the fluids going. And then by Saturday, we actually had borrowed 2 more window units, and the house got down to about 77. So, but it was still really hot with the concrete in the basement curing. And I mean, we live in a house that's 100 years old, so it doesn't have a lot of air vent. It only has 7 air vents, and I think it has 1 return. So yeah. So that first week, well, that first couple of days was hard, but then I've been tolerating my fluids, getting my proteins in. I found out I was able to have the premium protein shakes, because my doctor had suggested to wait on them, because some patients end up getting diarrhea from them. Well, I did not. So I was able to tolerate my protein, chicken broth, my Jell-O, and the Jell-O. I bought some Jell-O that was specifically for bariatric, and it's about 20 grams 20 grams of protein per Jell-O. So I was having that as well. Now these are things my doctor said I was allowed to have. It is different with every patient and every doctor. So, still taking my narcotics, here and there, not a lot. Slept in a recliner, got up, walked around. At that time, our boys were on their 3rd week of school, so they were in school, so it was just me and my husband just chilling, because he works from home. But it went really good. That first week went really good, other than the air conditioning, not having air conditioning. But it went good. I didn't really have any issues. Yeah. So if you want to hear about the 2nd week, stay tuned. Subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.